Our next speaker today is the president of this club. She is multitasking. She is working on Visionary Communication Pathway Level 2. The project is Understanding Your Leadership Style. This project title is The Avatar Great. The Avatar Great, Stephanie Caputo. 5 to 7 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. So maybe an hour ago, just about 11:30, I checked my email and I saw that one of our speakers was not going to be able to make it today. I was feeling a little bit plucky, so I decided I could probably pull something together. So I jumped onto Basecamp. I looked at what the projects were, the next projects that I had that I could work on, and I figured out something that would be relatively easy for me to do because it's in my realm of expertise. And then I also had some materials prepared for it from past things. So leadership is a huge part of what I do. Like most of you know, I am a martial artist. I have a martial arts school. I've been teaching and training for over 2 decades now. And the reason I love the martial arts is the metaphors that it gives us for life, and also the things it teaches us about leadership and being good humans. So throughout the course of my martial arts career, I have been a part of putting together all sorts of different, this one doesn't have a cover, but all sorts of different leadership programs, from instructor training to 5 animal leadership to even a leadership program and it's called Momentum Learning Systems, a teacher training program that we did at the University of Connecticut with the genetics department with their grad students to help them learn how to train interns. So we were actually adjunct professors teaching this stuff. So the thing I wanted to share with you guys today was a little bit about the project, because it's kind of cool to see projects. And then also, so we'll be talking about pathways, and then I'll also be sharing something from the Momentum Learning Systems, which is a system we developed for sharing information effectively with others. So when I did the little quiz quickly on Basecamp before this was the results I got from the leadership styles quiz on Basecamp. And I feel that it's probably pretty accurate. And I was also not overly surprised to see that it's pretty balanced in terms of lots of different leadership styles. So that made me immediately think of something that we do in our instructor training and teacher training programs called the Avatar Grid. So if you think back on impactful people in your life, in whether it's people you know or just celebrities, I'm gonna flip up a couple pictures. Just kind of think of the different vibes you get from these people. So you've got Steve Jobs, Mr. Feeney, Mary Poppins. So these are all leaders and mentors. Oprah, Bill Nye. So these are all people that taught in different ways. Some of them are obviously real life people. Some of them are more character personalities. They were all effective in getting their message across in very different ways. So one of the things we talk about with our training is that at the center, at the core, you always want to start from being a guide. So whenever you're stepping into any sort of leadership position, you want to start from a balanced receiving place. And as teachers, we really view ourselves as guide. And I'm seeing Corey on my screen, and it's making me think, even as a minister, you're a guide. You're there to help guide people's spiritual journeys. If you're a manager in your company, you're helping guide people's professions and careers. You're guiding projects. And different people are going to respond differently to different styles. So this grid goes from formal to informal, and also brings in structured and less structured personas that you can bring into the conversation. So one of the ones we talk about a lot in Toastmasters is being a mentor. So this is someone that's coming from a place of a little bit higher information. You have a little bit more knowledge and experience in whatever you're talking about, and you're kind of guiding that person through, again, from a little bit of a place of a little more authority, because this is a more formal role. And then there's the professor role. This role is a little bit more professorial. You're giving information. It's the student's job to listen. It can be a little bit more one way when you're in the professor role. And then there's the coach. This is the rah, rah, let's go, keep moving, push harder, try again. There's a little less like, I'm stuck on the word coaching. There's a little less guidance as like the mentor would have. And there's more of just, you need to do this right now. This is what I'm telling you to do. And that's how you're going to execute. So then as we move down to the informal the middle range, then you've got an advisor. So this is someone that's kind of a little bit of a coach, but they're even more towards the structured side of things. And then on the other side, the less structured side, is the entertainer. So when I am teaching a 3 and 4-year-old class, I am not professoring or coaching or advising. I am just dancing around trying to keep their attention in any way humanly possible. And sometimes grown-ups need that kind of energy too, like our joke master. Sometimes we need to be entertained to be engaged. And then as you get down into the informal half of it, sometimes we just need a training partner. So if you're stepping into a role as a manager, maybe they just need someone to work with and to practice with. This might be more role playing and that kind of working together. And then you've got a sounding board. I ask for this one from my team a lot. Sometimes I just need to talk things out. So I have one person on my team in particular, John, who I will just call and talk at, and he knows that his job is just to listen, and I can work everything out on my own. And then sometimes when we're in a leadership position, the people that we're leading just need a friend. They need someone to talk to. So this is obviously less structured and a little less formal, and they just need to know that somebody has their back. So again, the idea with this grid is, when in doubt, you start from the center, you start from that core as a guide and asking questions, being curious about how you can best serve the people that you're leading. And then you flex in and out. So if we're in a Toastmasters setting, sometimes I'll step into a professorial role as the VPE or the president to tell you guys about stuff that's happening. And then other times, if I'm on a mentoring call with someone, it's a little more in the friend role. Sometimes it drifts into advisor if they're looking for a more structured feedback on whatever it is they're working on. But it always comes back to being that guide and being open and curious and excited to share information. And the one other thing I wanted to mention with this is, as a VPE and as a leader that loves teaching, I'm here for any of you guys if you ever need any one of these roles. So if you're trying to work on a speech and you just need to talk it out, I'm here to be a sounding board. If you want someone that's going to email you every once in a while and give you a kick in the butt to get a speech together, I can play that coach role for you. So if there's any way that I can support you guys as VPE, just let me know. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Stephanie.